Hey everyone, Josh here, and this is a very exciting weekend in my town. We had our Comic Con this weekend. I live near the city of Atlanta, and we had Atlanta Comic Con this weekend, and I was able to go this weekend. And this is actually what you're looking at here. This is the poster they were giving away at the front door, and as you can see, it's mostly are all Marvel characters. And of course, I was there for Star Wars reasons, and I did a little bit of shopping while I was there. I took a little bit of video while I was there. I'll show you guys that in a little bit. And really had a good time. It was a good convention. I walked around the convention floor. I filmed some of the cosplayers, and that's one of the reasons I love going to the convention so much, of course, because shopping at the toy vendors, because you're going to find some really great stuff there, but also I love watching the people dress up in the costumes, doing the cosplay. I really admire those people. I think what they do is incredibly awesome. I always admire anybody that has a passion for something, and if you're dressing up in some of these costumes, you obviously have a passion for the character or the franchise you're in love with, and I just admire that and enjoy watching people have passions for things, and it's fun to watch. So we went to the convention. I dragged my family along. They were good sports about it, and we took some video. So let me show you guys the video we shot at the comic convention, and then after that I'll show you the toys I picked up. So here, check it out. Hey everyone, here we are in the car on our way to downtown Atlanta. We're on our way to the first annual Atlanta Comic Con, and I'm excited to see all the cosplayers, and I'm pretty excited about seeing what kind of toys I can find on the convention floor with all the vendors. And I packed the family in the car. They're being good sports, and they're coming along with me for the adventure, and we're gonna film all day long, see if we can get some good footage and show you guys what's happening at Atlanta Comic Con.
Except for tomorrow, where it happens a lot of times in a row.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay. I hear you.
Where were you yesterday? You probably heard that a lot. He was out there. Bartender said he didn't see anybody drink.
Do you want to take a picture with them? I thought that would be cool.
Good costume, man. I love it. Okay, so that was some of the video I shot on the convention floor, some of the toy booths and some of the cosplayers. And let me show you what I picked up. I really enjoy shopping at the convention, at the comic conventions, because sometimes you can wheel and deal with the dealers and get things, the prices reduced, and you're gonna find things at these comic conventions that you're not gonna find in the stores, because a lot of these dealers have toys that aren't in production anymore. And as I said, if you sometimes, one tip I'll give you guys when you go to the conventions and you're shopping, try and negotiate with the dealers. Sometimes they're willing to come down on price with you. If you know they have something listed for 30, offer them 20. Sometimes they'll take 25. It's like that. But I really enjoyed shopping there because I found some really odd things. I got some okay deals and I got some really great deals. So let me start off showing you guys what I found. So first off, I found this one booth that was really great. The guy had a ton of out of the box stuff, and that was in the video you saw him. He was the one who had all the 12-inch figures on the stacked up staircase type display. But on the other side of his booth, he had a big plastic bin of figures that were out of the box, and he bagged them like this. And he was selling them for anywhere for $2 to $4 a piece. Some of them were $5. But I picked up about 4 of those, and I found some stuff I thought was really cool, and you're not going to get anywhere else. But they're bagged like this in little Ziploc baggies. So I got them for a couple dollars a piece. I picked up 4 of them. But what I got was from the Galactic Heroes line. I picked up some of the loose figures they had, and this is a Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker from the Galactic Heroes line. So we were able to pick this guy up. Very cool. And then I also, from that same line, the Galactic Heroes line, I found, and to be completely honest with you, I didn't ask the guy, I don't know why he did this, but he had 2 of the same figures in the same bag. It was a 2-pack, and he sold it to me for $4. You can see the little price tag there. And so I got 2 Galactic Heroes Obi-Wan Kenobis in Clone Trooper armor with the cape, and he actually comes with a Clone Trooper helmet that is removable. So that was very cool. But there you go. And then I found this guy and I picked him up for $3. This is Dirge from the Clone Wars miniseries that came out on Cartoon Network. And if you haven't seen it, this is actually the DVDs right here, but before the Clone Wars animated series that everyone's familiar with, that went about 6 series, that's done with computer animation, they did some hand-drawn animation Clone Wars shows, and they're little tiny shorts, and I think there's about 20 of them on each DVD. They're only a couple minutes long each, but it's hand-drawn animation. It's a little bit different, but this is actually the series where General Grievous was introduced, and they introduced another character, and here he is. His name's Dirge, and he's a bounty hunter. And I got his Galactic Heroes action figure for $4 out of the box. So if you want to see a really cool fight sequence with Obi-Wan Kenobi. You want to get the season volume 1 of this show, and you'll actually see this character introduced. His name is Dirge. He's a bounty hunter, and he's working for the separatist movement, and I believe he's actually was supposed to be the commander before General Grievous. And I was doing a little research on this character, and it was a character that Lucas was planning on developing more, and then at the last minute he kind of just abandoned it. But they do make regular figures of him, but the only one I have right now is this Galactic Heroes one. But if you want to learn more about the character, what you want to do is you want to find this series right here, and this is where he's introduced, and you can actually see him fight Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's very cool. Okay, and then from this same booth, the final thing I picked up was, and I've kind of been looking for these things for a while. I actually want to get the whole set, but this is the concept art, and he charged me $4 for this, but this is the concept art of Chewbacca from the Ralph McQuarrie art. So they made a small line of figures that's based off Ralph McQuarrie's concept art, and this is actually Chewbacca. And he actually had the gun and everything. So he had came with a blaster rifle, and here he is. But this is the concept art Chewbacca. I got him out of the box for $4, so very cool. All right. And from there, I did find some stuff in the box, so I spent a little money this weekend. And these were the okay deals I found. But I found this, and I really bought it just because I wanted a Biggs figure, and it was an okay deal. I didn't get a good deal on this one, but I got a 30th anniversary Biggs Darklighter 3 3/4 inch from the 30th anniversary collection. So I picked this guy up, and then from there I found these two things, and what I'm trying to do right now is actually complete this set, and the only one I'm actually missing there's two I'm missing. I'm missing the Luke Skywalker and the Boba Fett, but this is a line that's, I don't think it's officially called Armor Up, but that's what I call it because it has a little logo on the packaging called Armor Up. But it's a single pack character, but they come with these bonus accessories that's like a set of armor. So I got Kylo Ren for $5. And I got Chewbacca for $5, and I believe the only ones I'm missing in the series and the set are Luke and Boba Fett. So I'm keeping an eye out for those. But I picked these up because I thought it was a good deal. So got 2 of these this weekend. And from there, what I did is picked up a few other random figures, and I found this other booth where this lady was having a great deal. She had a bin of boxed figures from Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith, and she was selling them. It was 3 for $10, I believe, and I actually picked up 4 of them. But I thought it was a good deal, so I picked them up. But I got Attack of the Clones, Boba Fett, Camino Escape in the box. And then I got Attack of the Clones, Jango Fett, Slave 1 pilot. And that's him without his helmet on. He's actually wearing the little flight headset. And then I picked up a Super Battle Droid from Attack of the Clones. And then I have the Medic Droid from Revenge of the Sith. It's just one that's plugging a hole in my collection, so I picked this one up. And I got all 4 of these. I believe she charged me $13 for all 4 of these figures, so I thought that was a pretty good deal, so I went ahead and picked them up. Okay, and the last 2 things I picked up at Atlanta Comic Con, where I got a couple Black Series figures here. And so the first one I picked up was number 6, Captain Phasma from The Force Awakens. And it's just another one. It was a hole in my collection. I didn't have this one, so went in and picked her up. And then this is an example right here. This is the last thing I got. This is actually Leia in her bounty hunter disguise, 6-inch Black Series. But this is a perfect example of when you're at these conventions, you want to take time if you're looking for things at the toy vendors. What you want to do is be friendly with the guys running the booth. So what I did, I was going through this guy's toy booth. He had a lot of Star Wars stuff, a lot of Black Series. Actually, the same booth I got Phasma at. And I started talking to the guy for a few minutes, and I asked him, I said, hey, you got anything else? And he reaches under the table, and he pulls out this big box, and he opens it up, and it was a bunch of Series 1 Black Series, and he had a whole box of them he didn't have on the shelf, and he had Slave Leia, and she was a little bit pricey for me. But I also got, that's where I got the Leia and her bounty hunter disguise. But he had a whole box of about 20 of the Black Series from the first wave. And that's one of the reasons you want to take the time when you go to these conventions, stop, and you're shopping at these guys' booths, talk to the vendors, ask them if they got anything under the table. And sometimes you'll be surprised, and it really pays off. But just a little tip that I'm giving you guys when you're out toy hunting at the conventions. And you got to be careful when you're shopping at these conventions. Some of these guys I thought were pricing a little high, and some of them had some really good deals. But you just take your time when you're at these conventions, shop around, check out all the booths, and you can find some good deals. For example, I thought this was a pretty good deal for me. I got these 4 prequel in-box figures for $13. So, but there you go, guys. That was my Atlanta Comic Con 2018 experience, and I can't wait till next year. I'm hoping I'm going back. And actually, we have another Comic Con. It's got a different name, but they call it Dragon Con. And I tried to go to that one last year, and I had issues with the home life. My whole family came down with the flu the day before, so we had to cancel, unfortunately. And it's a really great convention. They call it Dragon Con. And one of the things that's really neat about it is they have a parade through the city of Atlanta. So what they do is they get all the cosplayers and stage them in an area. And so you'll see hundreds, if not thousands, of cosplayers from all the sci-fi genres, and they put them in groups, all the Star Wars people together, all the Marvel people together, and then they do a parade through the streets of Atlanta. And that's what I'm going to try to go to that this year and film the parade and make a video out of it, because as I was saying earlier, I really enjoy watching these people who cosplay. I personally don't do it. I'm just not the kind of person that's going to put a costume on and walk around. But I really admire the people who do it. And as I was saying, I just really enjoy watching people when they're passionate about stuff. And obviously, if you're going to dress up in full Stormtrooper armor and walk through the streets of Atlanta, you are a passionate Star Wars fan. And I just enjoy being around that. I enjoy watching it. So look for about a month and a half from now. I'm going to try to go to Dragon Con this year in downtown Atlanta and film the parade and probably do some more shopping. And hopefully we'll have another comic convention video to make for you guys. So but there it was, guys. That's my Atlanta Comic Con experience. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.